Family weddings nowadays.
Oh my god, Indian family weddings.
When are you getting married next? Or when will you give us good news?
Good news
And
already.
I turned to my mom once and I said, should I just tell this woman that I will give her good news in 9 months? And my mom was like, are you crazy? Like, she will just faint here. So if they ask me bizarre things, I'm going to give them bizarre answers, right? There's still this larger thought process that women need to be taken care of. I'm talking about women like myself. I don't need a man to take care of me. I don't need a man to pay for me on a first date. I'm very happy splitting or paying for you as well. So I suggested we go for a run to this one guy.
Okay.
I didn't know he has breathing problems, okay? So we started running. Poor guy's like coughing away. He's like, no, you go ahead. I outran him, reached the parking lot. Obviously never saw the guy again after that because I think he was intimidated that I like outran him.
Hello and welcome to Love Handle. Today I am pleased and honored to welcome Mallika on our show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Where are you currently in your dating space? Are you looking for something serious?
I think serious is a serious word. I'm not looking to waste my time. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I've been single for 3 years and I've met lots of people through these 3 years. But I think I'm at that stage and age in life where I know what I want and I don't want to waste time. I've lived out of a suitcase for the last few years because of work travel, just travel in general. So there sometimes isn't necessarily time to, meet people, get to know people. There's a lot in life that I want to personally do as well. So yeah, I'm just looking for someone to do life with. Does that mean I'm looking to settle down tomorrow? I don't think so.
So if you had an option like in future, would love come first or your career?
I don't think it has to be an either or.
Okay.
If I know what I want in life, I know the things I want to achieve, the impact I want to create, I don't think I need to give that up for something. And I don't think it should be like that. So if you find someone, if you meet someone, and if they ask you or the situation asks you love or career, that sort of dilemma right there is your answer, that I don't think that's what you need right now in life. Because if it's true, you wouldn't have to choose. I know that's not the case for everyone else. I know a lot of people have to make tough choices, but I don't want to make a choice. I want both.
So what do you think is the biggest challenge right now in dating?
Personally, for me, again, time has always been a challenge, but that's something I want to do differently this year. I want to really prioritize myself and find time for myself. As you grow older, you know exactly what you want. So while that can be a good thing, it can also be quite challenging. You're not really open to giving everyone a chance. You know exactly what you want, and if you don't get that in the first go, you don't see that in the first date, you don't see that in the first sort of meeting with someone, you kind of discount it. While it's good you know what you want, it can also be a challenge.
Do you think there are some other ways we can meet better men, like through organic connections like friends, family, events, airports, because you keep traveling?
I swear, I always thought I'd meet someone at the airport given how frequently I am there. But I think what has worked for me and what I enjoy is either through friends or through like events and specifically like sporty stuff. So whether it's, like a pickleball tournament or like a climbing tournament or football or whatever, like I think you'll at least meet someone who you will be able to have a conversation with because you're there for the same thing. And so that interest is there enough to like get a foot in the door and then get to know someone. It at least helps narrow down what is out there in the world right now.
Yeah. A lot of your friends are getting married, got married. Some might have children too. Does that create a FOMO for you?
No, I wouldn't say FOMO. I have engaged friends, married friends, friends with kids, and divorced friends. So I think I've seen the entire sort of spectrum play out. But I think that's okay. It's not a race. It's not a competition. It's everything and everyone has their own time. What I would say can get quite annoying at like family weddings nowadays, and I just went for one.
Oh my god, Indian family weddings.
When are you getting married next? Or when will you give us good news?
Good news
and
already.
I turned to my mom once and I said, should I just tell this woman that I will give her good news in 9 months? And my mom was like, are you crazy? Like, she will just faint here. So please don't say things like that. I'm like, if they ask me bizarre things, I'm going to give them bizarre answers, right? So I think it can get annoying. I don't feel the sense of FOMO. I think my life has been really full in the last few years with work and travel and my pets and just things I've been doing for myself as well. I'm a very outdoor person. I won't lie, I do think about it. I'm like, that would be nice. When will my turn be? But it's not like, oh my God, that's, the only thing that I'm looking forward to.
So as you said that a lot of people you meet at family functions ask about when are you getting married. Do you hear the same stuff like शादी कर लो आपकी उम्र निकल जाएगी and you'll not get good guys from your family also sometimes?
From my immediate family, never. My parents have never put pressure. What is interesting though is sometimes your sort of extended family and your parents' friends seem more bothered or more concerned. So I have like a friend of my mom's who on a regular basis will send her rishtas. And it's become a running joke now at home where my mom and I will put our dinner together and we'll say, let's open all of them together and have a good laugh. So we actually over dinner, instead of watching Netflix or something, sometimes scroll through these literally like resumes that have come through and we just laugh.
Do you feel men get intimidated by a strong, successful, ambitious woman?
Yes and no. I mean, it depends on the circles you're hanging out in. I've come across both types of men. Obviously, the ones who get put off or are deterred by it are immediately striked out by me first. I'm like, if you can't handle this, this is just the beginning. At least where we live today, I would say there's more and more of an open mindset now of high achieving women wanting to do things on their own, travel the world, figure out life on their own.
Yes.
There are a lot more men who actually find that, sexy and really attractive. Yeah. You just have to find those men.
On that note, I want to ask, does a man's income matter to you?
Not the income as much as speaking from a space of privilege, but are they doing something that they are seriously passionate about? Are they doing something that makes a difference? Are they happy with what they're doing? It's not the income that matters to me as much. I don't expect the man to be the breadwinner in the family, very capable of doing that on my own. More than that, it's also their relationship with money.
Yes.
Are they hungry for the money or are they comfortable with where they are at and comfortable with what they have? That makes me think of what is enough for them. Because there are some people where money, it's just never enough and you're just chasing money all the time. And that's not a healthy relationship. How generous are you with your money? That is also equally important. And someone who knows the value of money, to be honest. Yeah. If someone has forever grown up with, using someone else's money or relying on someone else, that is going to come in the way at some point.
Most of your relationship were long distance only.
Oh yeah.
So how you used to manage that?
Oh my God.
Does compatibility matter then?
I mean, I started long distance when I was 18 years old. So I've seen everything from Skype to BBM, BlackBerry Messenger. I've seen it all. And then of course, WhatsApp and FaceTime and everything that we have now. And honestly, if you ask me, I will never do long distance again. Never. It is the worst thing ever. I mean, it's just not worth it. We have a limited time on this planet. Why would you spend it so far away from someone else? And see them once every 6 months or twice a year, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Do you believe there are some gaps between male and female expectations?
Given where we live, there are, and I'm talking about women like myself and a lot of, women around me.
Yeah.
We are very capable of taking care of ourselves. We don't need men to take care of us. The larger society hasn't kept up with that thinking. There's still this larger thought process that women need to be taken care of. And yet there is a parallel mindset which talks about the fact that women are the primary caregivers, but at home. But outside the home, the man has to take care of the woman. I think these are just concepts that haven't kept up with at least reality today as we see it in an urban context. I don't need a man to take care of me. I don't need a man to pay for me on a first date. I'm very happy splitting or paying for you as well. There have been so many dates in the last few years where at the first date, I've taken out my credit card to, pay or split the bill and the guy is surprised by it.
Really?
And I'm like, what? Why is that so surprising?
So if you had a preference about someone's family's background, would you choose a traditional business background, or would you go for working professionals?
I don't mind either as long as they don't dictate what I do.
Okay.
A self-made business family, great, but you will not tell me what I do after I get married. I will make that decision myself. As long as the guy, again, from whatever background, can back me on whether I want to work, I don't want to work, I want kids, I don't want kids, I may want to adopt, anything. Like travel, I will travel alone, I will travel with my friends. You can't tell me what to do.
So would you be okay living with your in-laws in future if you get married to someone?
No. I mean, I'd like my space. My dad actually moved in with my mom and my nanny.
Oh.
So my nanny lived with us my entire life. So it's not like my mom moved to her in-laws. So yeah, if there is a need to move in with my parents, why not? But ideal case scenario, I'd like to live alone.
And then maybe you can have them occasionally.
Yeah. I don't mind. Come visit.
So on that, if I have to ask, what are the specific qualities that you are looking in your future husband?
I think something that is really important to me is ambitious about doing something in life. Like, what impact do you want to leave? What legacy do you want to leave behind? They could be working just any job, that's fine. But I'm always looking for someone who's passionate about what they're doing. I think for me, the work I do is not just a job. I'm passionate about everything I do, and I look for that passion. The other is, I think, a sense of adventure. So I definitely want the person to be into sports.
Whoa.
I think sports has been a big part of my life. I played football for 15 years, did state level athletics. It is like the core of who I am today. So someone who understands that, and I think a lot of values actually do come from like a sports field.
Yeah.
So if someone has played sports or continues to play sports, they'll understand that, and we'll be able to connect on a very different level. I think when shit hits the roof and the ceiling, how likely is that person to stand by you?
Yeah.
And how likely are they to remain calm? Because sometimes I'm not calm.
Yes, I agree. So do you have any funny date stories, wildest or weirdest or craziest thing guys have done on their first date or any date for that matter?
Oh my God, so many. Okay, where to start? I love doing non-conventional things on first dates. Like dinner and drinks, boring. I like doing outdoorsy stuff, activities. So I suggested we go for a run to this one guy.
Okay.
I didn't know he has breathing problems, okay? So we started running. Poor guy's like coughing away. He's like, no, you go ahead. I outran him, reached the parking lot, waited 20 minutes. Obviously never saw the guy again after that because I think he was intimidated that I like outran him. I waited for 1 hour at a restaurant for someone to show up on a date. And I interestingly found a old school friend sitting on the table next to me who was also on a first date. So she just called me over. She's like, listen, just sit with us. It's okay. And we bitched so much about the guy. And it turned out that when he finally came, he was that guy's friend. Like they knew each other from school, and I was so embarrassed. Everyone does things they're not proud of. But I think over the years, I found a way to sort of laugh at even the shitty experiences.
Thank you so much, Mallika.
Welcome.
It was such a heartfelt, such a real conversation. Thank you for keeping it real.
Thanks for having me.
So till the time, keep loving, keep growing, and handle your heart with some care. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. Bye bye.